Good morning. My name is Marcus Solar. I'm one of the annuity directors here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services. I wanted to thank you all for taking some time out this morning to listen into the webinar with Nassau Re and Jake Quagliaroli talking about the 14% income rider on a few of their products, the best income rider available in the marketplace today. He's also going to be talking about 3 special compensation options at the end of this webinar, along with some rate enhancements. So please listen in to those special announcements at the end of the webinar. Also, this will be a recorded webinar this morning, so if you do get pulled away for a client meeting or a telephone call, please let me know, and I'll certainly get you out a recorded copy of this webinar this morning. If you do have questions as we go through, please fill them out in the question box below, and we will try to answer those as we go, as we will be covering a ton of information this morning, and we will try to cover those as we go through the webinar. Again, my name is Marcus Solar. I've been with Insurance Agency Marketing now for just over 8 years. I'm one of the annuity directors here at our home office, and I'm going to cover some of our value adds for our producers to help them grow their agencies when they join our organization. We do have our new producer builder program. This program is a way for us to say thank you and welcome aboard to Insurance Agency Marketing Services. It is good for the first 180 days that you are on board with us. Once you do pick an item, the program does shut off, but it is good for any single premium life or fixed index annuity premium that you place through the door. We do have the $100,000 level, which you could choose anything from a 1,500 piece postcard mailer to keep your pipeline full, or $750 in cash back to reimburse yourself for any office expenditures, all the way to the $1 million level. We can help you with preset, pre-qualified appointments, 8 to 10 of them, again, to help keep that pipeline full of people to see. Or we can help you with core story brand building, getting published in major news outlets like ABC, Fox News, and NBC. So help brand you within the major networks. So again, it's a way for us to say thank you for putting your trust in us to help you grow your agency. Welcome aboard to the family, and we look forward for a very long and prosperous partnership. Again, we do have the IMS Business Builders. This is a way for us to help you increase your capital. We do have the referral producer program. You get $50, a one-time bonus when you refer agents to us and they contract through our organization. And then you get dollars as a continually write business through our organization, whether it's life target, indexed annuity, single premium life, or multi-year guarantee annuity premium. We also have the marketing reimbursement. As you continue to write business through our organization, we pay you $100 in marketing reimbursement for any $100,000 in indexed annuity premium, $200 for $100,000 single premium life, or $200 for $10,000 in life target. This is a way for us to help you offset office expenses, as we know how expensive it is for you to run your practice, and we want to help share in those ongoing costs. I do believe we have some of the best back office support. We do have several of the best life and annuity directors here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services. We can help you with case design. We can help you with coaching. We can also help you with expertise on top sales expertise and coaching, paperless contracting. On the back end, we can help you with submission through our Firelight system, which I'll get into in just a moment. We can also help you out with business building tools, resources, all of our prospecting methods that helps you get in front of more and more prospects, so you have more people to see. So we do offer a lot of the back office support, so you can do what you do best, which is stay in front of your prospects and clients alike and continue to write business. When we aren't here in the office, and before I get into this one, Steve Murray and Charles Hearing Sr. have put a promise in place that we do have the 2-ring challenge here in the home office. If it wasn't for you, the advisor out in the field, we do realize that it wouldn't be for us here in our home office. So we do promise to answer the phone within 2 rings. We do not have voicemail in the office. Every phone call is answered by a live individual, and we are here to help when you do call in, because we do understand that importance of that call. Outside business office hours, we do offer the IMS website, which is www.imsinc.com. It does offer you tools so you can look up rates, you can look up index payout options, life quoting software, annuity grids. You can look up current annuity news, industry links, and one of the biggest resources out on our website for our advisors is the sales resource library. It has over 400 different items out there, including presentation pieces. I would invite you all to go out and spend some time on our website, especially taking a look at that sales resource library, as a lot of my top advisors find that as a critical piece to their puzzle in their practice when they're meeting with clients, and they use that sales resource library on a daily basis. Again, we do offer Firelight. Firelight is our electronic application process. It is a way to eliminate those errors and those repeatable trips to the client to get errors and corrections made and initialed on paper apps. What we find is it does get the applications processed much quicker and those policies back in your client's hands, and you paid quicker on the business itself. The carriers listed above are the carriers that are on the Firelight system currently. NASA is one of those carriers, and Jake can go into that a little bit further for you once we get a little further on this call, but it does speed that process up considerably. If you do have any questions on our Firelight system, which is located out on our website, you can contact any of the annuity directors in our home office, and we'll be more than happy to walk you through that process. We do have, I believe, one of the best creative marketing teams available in the industry today, no matter where you are in your practice, whether you're just getting into the practice or you've been in the practice 20 years. We can meet you where you're at and help you achieve the next level. If you are just looking to get into your practice and just start up and you're looking for website design, logo, letterhead, we can certainly help you there. Or if you've been in the business many years and you're looking for doing some customized green screening with advertising or some tutorials, we can certainly help you out at that level as well. So if you have any questions on our marketing capability or would like to take a look at some examples that we've done for other top producers, please give us a call. We'll be more than happy to get you out those examples, or you can see some examples out on our website at www.imsinc.com under the creative portfolio. We do offer IMS Wealth Management. If you are considering looking to get your RIA or your Series 65 license, this might be a great opportunity for you. Instead of running the risk of passing that business off to somebody else and losing that client, it will help you improve your client retention, increase your revenue, and strengthen those client relationships, and also earn more referrals for your overall practice. Please give us a call. We'll be more than happy to discuss how we can help you achieve that Series 65 license. You can certainly call in and either talk to Mike Hansen or Charles Hearing Jr., and they'll be more than happy to discuss on how they can help you get that license. We do offer the Life and Annuity Academy. This is co-hosted by several different carriers. There is no expense for producers themselves. It is 100% covered by insurance agency marketing and carriers. The next one is going to be covered by Equitrust, North American, and insurance agency marketing. It is going to be held the August 7th, 8th, and 9th here at our home office. The 2-day training is going to be covering, we're going to be bringing in 10 million plus producers. They're going to be sharing not only their prospecting methods, how they run their office, they're going to walk through their sales process. So you're going to learn from the best of the best. We're also going to be talking about the best income writers, insurance concepts, sales ideas, advanced annuity topics. There really is no topic that is not talked about or discussed in these meetings. And if you want one-on-one time with the top producers, you certainly get the one-on-one time as well. My top producers that have attended these events in the past have built great partnerships with the top producers at these events, and have leveraged those partnerships for many, many years to come, and have really grown their practice. So a excellent opportunity if you really are looking to expand your business and grow your practice, to learn from the best of the best. If you are interested in possibly attending these events, please give our office a call. We'll let you know of all the upcoming dates here in 2023 if you would like to be considered for the events yet this year. We are winding down our top producer trip. Qualification is closing up as of December 31st of 2023. It's been open since July 1st of 2022. It is going to be 4.5 million points in annuity production. The nice thing here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services is no matter the line of business you write, it does all count towards the top producer trip. If you would like to know how each line of business does qualify for the trip, please give our home office a call and we'll be more than happy to break that down for you. But it is going to be held at the Seaside Sanctuary in South Carolina. Great opportunity and great trip. At this point in time, I'm going to turn it over to Jake Quigley-Rowley from Nassau Re. Jake and Nassau have been a critical and excellent partner of Insurance Agency Marketing Services. I believe I've been working with Jake now over 5 years now with Nassau. They bring to the table very competitive accumulation products and some of the top income options available to your clients that are looking to really substantially grow their income and possibly make up market loss over the next few years, with their income riders. So at this point in time, I'm going to turn it over to Jake. Again, Jake, I do appreciate you taking time to speak to us this morning, and I appreciate the partnership.
Awesome, Marcus. Well, thank you for the intro and saying that. Man, it's I'll use that old adage: time flies when you're having fun. It's been a great partnership between Nassau and Insurance Agency Marketing. One of the many reasons why, for all of you on the call, you see the great value proposition that Insurance Agency Marketing brings. And when we talk through the product, Marcus, for those of you that maybe joined a little bit late, we have a jam-packed next 30 minutes or so. We are going to run through 3 compensation opportunities that you have with Nassau for working with us through our preferred distribution partner, Insurance Agency Marketing. We have a rate increase announcement. You will be first to hear hot off the press. It was something that I learned of late last night, early this morning. So really excited about that opportunity that's coming. And most importantly, we're going to take time and talk about that industry-leading income opportunity, that 14% roll-up or 45% bonus to the income account. And we're going to run through that, but I'm also going to give you 2 different sales strategies or positioning ideas. I was actually at an event, over the weekend, a week and a half ago, over the weekend, and doing a presentation. I had a couple top advisors come up to the stage and talk through how they position this product. So I'm going to run through sort of those strategies, those ideas, try and sort of capulate it in a slide here and show you some numbers, but really put this into motion. Not just give you the high-level details how Nassau is a differentiator from a product standpoint, but talk about the great value add in terms of additional compensation opportunities that you have for working with Nassau through Insurance Agency Marketing and a couple other great things. So without further ado, let's get going. We got a great audience here today. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of it, I do want to talk a little bit about who Nassau is. Hopefully by now a name that you've heard, that you've seen. We have seen tremendous growth over the last 4 or 5 years. I'll give you high level Nassau. We are not domiciled or based in the Bahamas. Our CEO and founders were born and raised in Nassau County, New York. They renamed the company back in 2016 to sort of pay recognition from where they grew up. Our home office, you see it right there, the first 2-sided building in America. downtown Hartford, Connecticut, fondly known as the Boat Building for those of you that know the East Coast, that know Hartford. Although the name is new, we still have our 170-plus year legacy, ensuring Abraham Lincoln along that timeline. But to me, if you've heard me present in the past, what I love to say about Nassau is really it's the strength in numbers. You responded hopefully to this webinar because of that industry-leading 14% roll-up opportunity. Strength in numbers one from a product side of things. But more importantly, if we're going to make that type of commitment to your client, the prospect that you're working with, you want to know that Nassau has strength in numbers in terms of our financial standings. You can see today over $20 billion, and that's actually now north of $22 billion in assets under management. 400,000 plus policies in force, 170-year legacy. Solvency ratio of 106%, meaning for every dollar of liabilities Nassau has, we have over $1.06 in assets on the book. So we are very, very well positioned from a financial side of things. When Nassau, the leadership of the Nassau team came in and sort of transformed us from 2016 to today, where we've seen 25, 35% growth year over year over the last 3-4 years. They've really focused on building the strength in the financial platform. And we've seen that from a rating side of things. You see today we sit at a B++. But had you been on a presentation with Marcus and I 3.5 years ago, when we started building out our relationship and focusing for growth, you'd have seen a B rating on that screen. So we've seen 2 AM Best upgrades in the last 3.5 years, and based on the numbers we talked about, very, very well positioned to continue that momentum forward. So let's start the transition. And to run through it, I just sort of want to high level again, talk about what we do as an industry. When you think about, maybe ask if you've ever asked a client or a prospect that you're working with to have them sort of outline or talk through the biggest risks and concerns that they envision for their retirement plan. What are the things that keep them up at night as part of that conversation or that thought process? And it's our belief that really you're going to have 4 core concerns, 4 core fundamental areas that will come up in that conversation. It'll be surrounding accumulation or growth, lack of assets that client might have. Or maybe transition that a little bit different. It's going to be lack of income, running out of money. Maybe healthcare, critical care concerns will come up, or legacy protection. So really, when you think of it in its most basic terms, at Nassau, we really believe there's 4 fundamental core areas to focus on when putting together a successful retirement plan: growth or accumulation, income, care, as well as family or legacy protection. And what we've done inside of our portfolio is really try and design products that maximize the benefits, that maximize your client's dollars in each one of those areas. So depending on what their biggest risk or concern was, or if there's multiple concerns, you can really position a product or allocate a retirement structure to maximize benefits in each one of those areas. Now, what we're going to really talk about today is the Nassau Personal Income Annuity. It addresses that upper right-hand quadrant, that income, that need for guaranteed lifetime income. We have seen a significant transition over the last 12 months or so away from, and I don't want to say away from accumulation. Accumulation, principal protected growth is still a major, major component of what we do with the products that we sell inside of the FIA umbrella. But we've seen a transition back to guarantees, guaranteed lifetime income. With inflationary costs up, uncertainty out there, what we really want to try and do is cover that fixed income gap that a client might have. We're also going to talk a little bit about not only providing a competitive lifetime income, but enhancing that income for nursing home or in-home care stays, the ability to offer a lump sum death benefit, and then some great accumulation opportunities you have with the Nassau Growth Annuity and Nassau Bonus Annuity. But before we get into a couple sales strategies, let's look at the basics of the Nassau Personal Income Annuity. Just like the name of the product says, this is a contract that was designed to provide the highest amount of guaranteed lifetime income for your client. A product we issue through the max issue age of 80 up to $1 million without prior home office approval. If you've got a case above that amount, give your team member, whether it's Marcus or somebody else at Insurance Agency Marketing, a call. We'll be able to talk through and more likely than not get a full commission approval on business above and beyond that $1 million. You also have the ability to do both qualified and non-qualified assets. When you think about really the sizzle points, It really comes down to the key features. We have a bucket of assets that we know needs to provide guaranteed lifetime income. The question we ask at that point in time is when. When are we making that transition from the accumulation to the distribution phase? That's going to really tell us whether we're electing our industry-leading Income Today rider that offers up to a 45% income bonus, or our Income Tomorrow rider with that 14% roll-up. The ability to do joint payouts on both qualified and non-qualified assets. Access to cash. Your client has the ability to access up to as much as 10% penalty-free as soon as 30 days after issue through that penalty-free withdrawal, or turn on that guaranteed lifetime income rider, which is also available as soon as 30 days after issue. But again, the sizzle point and the tagline of your response to this webinar today was, again, that industry-leading income account bonus or roll-up that you have with the Nassau Personal Income Annuity. Let's talk about, first and foremost, a client who's making that transition from accumulation to distribution within the first 36 months after policy issue. In that scenario, for a client that knows they're making that transition early on, we're going to elect the Income Today rider. You see on the screen in front of you what this rider does is, at issue, it's going to give your client an immediate, guaranteed 30% bonus to their income account or benefit base. If they activate income anywhere within the first 12 months, your client is going to benefit from that enhanced income amount of 30%. Now, if they defer 1 year and activate income anywhere between months 13 and 24, at the end of that first contract anniversary, Nassau is going to add another 7.5% bonus on top of that 30, giving them a 37.5% guaranteed increase to their income account or benefit base. And if they defer 24 months, activating income anywhere between months 25 and 36, at the end of that 24th month, we give another 7.5% bonus, giving your client a full guaranteed increase to their income account of 45%. Let's look at it a little different. You have a client, you've uncovered an income need, but you know in talking with that client, there is significant concern about market volatility, the impact of what a market correction would mean to that client if the dollars that you're talking about were to decrease 10, 15, 20, 25% due to market volatility. So what you do is you run an Income Tomorrow illustration, because that client's thinking it's going to be 5, 6, 7 years down the road before they need to transition to the distribution phase. What that illustration you run is going to show is, for every year that your client defers activating that income, Nassau is going to grow their income account or benefit base at a guaranteed 14% simple per year. Think about the power there. This is a client that knows, is thinking 5 years from the minute you sit down with them today, they're going to need to, they're planning on retiring and they need to supplement Social Security. You're going to guarantee that asset is going to grow at 14% simple per year for the next 5 years. Take all market volatility, all concerns off the table, and show them exactly what that asset growing at 14% per year translates to from an income perspective. The other great thing, and Marcus will attest to this, that I hear all the time, is the ease of presenting the Nassau Personal Income Annuity. You see 2 different ways that we offer the ability to illustrate this contract. The left-hand side of our screen, you see a side-by-side comparison of Income Today, Income Tomorrow. So you can sit down with that client, you know the premium you're talking about going into this policy, the issue age, and we're going to show you a side-by-side comparison depending on how long that client elects to defer activating that rider, growing at that 45% potential bonus, 14% per year, what that translates to from an income perspective. A quoting tool that we launched a little bit earlier this month that I'm getting significant positive feedback is our check quoting tool. So you've run that side-by-side comparison. You've talked to that client, and they're thinking, hey, it's going to be about year 5 before I activate that income. You can actually customize a check with the Nassau name on it, signed by our CEO, and you can see the lower left memo side of things. It is for guaranteed income paid monthly. So here what we're doing is we're taking that client's name. We're taking their premium, their age, as well as their deferral. And we're going to show you exactly what that income translates. So think of the power here of leaving that sale, leaving that conversation with the client, having this check already drawn up and illustrated for them. And what I found most of my advisors I'm working with are using, they're choosing the annual payout because it shows significantly more from a numbers perspective. And as they walk out the door or they're doing some drip marketing, they send this check to the client. Say, hey, for a client that's maybe not willing to move forward or not ready to move forward, you can run this quote, you can run this tool, leave it behind and say, hey, Mr. Prospect, I appreciate the conversation. Give me a call when you're ready to protect this asset and ensure it provides an income that you can never outlive, and you leave this check behind and continue to follow up with them going forward. A great opportunity to, again, really maximize the different ways, whether it's to close more sales or drip market maybe on clients or prospects that weren't ready to move forward with you at that point in time. That's it. One of the things up front I wanted to talk about, obviously that industry-leading 45% bonus with the Income Today rider. The peace of mind's principal protection with that 14% roll-up. Let's look at another sales strategy or concept that I mentioned. One of the advisors I was working with at a conference a week and a half or so ago utilized and talked through and got a lot of great positive feedback. So bear with me as we talk through this strategy. What we're trying to do is maximize income to your client while minimizing the tax responsibility. Now, I know most of us, we're not really registered or licensed to be able to provide tax advice, but I want you to think about this concept when you're positioning this product with a client. $100,000 premium, non-qualified account, 68-year-old client. This client has come to you and said, I need this income. I need this bucket of assets to supplement Social Security, small pension I have, but to be there for life because I need it to cover housing, medical, food, expenses I know I'm going to have for the rest of my life. When I hear rest of my life from an income perspective, I know first thing I want to do is look at an annuity, the only product or vehicle out there that can guarantee an income stream for as long as a client lives. With that 68-year-old client, what we knew is they were looking to transition to the distribution phase within the first 12 months after issue. So that made me think Income Today up to 45% bonus. Our $100,000 premium kicked out $130,000 with that 30% bonus, which translates to over almost $7,400 in guaranteed annual lifetime income. Now, if that client were in a 22% tax bracket, right, non-qualified account, let's just say it's all after-tax dollars, there was no growth, so really no tax liability on that $100,000 for the client. In a typical scenario, if that 30% bonus applied to the benefit base as well as the account value, we show 30% growth at a 22% tax bracket. That translates to roughly $6,600 in tax liability to the client. With a 6% growth scenario, with that 6% growth scenario, you've got almost $8,000 in tax liability. I apologize, I'm getting ahead of myself. So with that 30% increase, you've got $6,600 in tax liability. 6% growth on that $100,000 is $6,000, or at the 22% tax bracket, $1,320. So that's $7,371 in annual income. After that tax liability, you can see relates or comes down to roughly a $504 monthly income to that client. What we're showing and I know the numbers are a little convoluted, and I apologize as I'm talking through it, like I said, trying to run through this up front. That $7,371 in annual income translates to $614.25 a month. But what I want to highlight with this product, and you've heard me mention it multiple times, that 30% bonus, up to 45% if the client were to defer up to 24 months, only applies to the benefit base, does not apply to the account value, meaning the only tax liability that client or consumer has is the cost basis built into the initial contract. And we said up front that $100,000 premium was all after-tax dollars. There was no growth. So you're able to provide that $7,371 in annual income, or $614 a month, benefiting from that 30% growth with as minimum tax liability to the consumer as possible. Again, if we had to apply that to the full account value and had a tax liability on that 30%, you've significantly impacted the overall income that that client is receiving. So at the end of the day, hopefully this is making a little bit of sense. What we're trying to show you is by having this benefit bonus applied to the benefit base only, the income account only. It is not a walk-away bonus. The client has no real tax liability to that up to 45% bonus or 14% roll-up per year. But they're benefiting from an income perspective because we're enhancing that at industry-leading roll-up values.
Somebody, Jake, has a question about the accumulation value on that personal income annuity. Do you have a quote that you can actually show them how that draws down as they start taking income?
So I do not have an illustration in that showing the accumulation value. But what I will say is every obviously withdrawal that comes. So if we had, let's say, this 7371 in annual income in the account, that 7371 is reducing the account value by that withdrawal, right? So if we had $100,000, we're going to reduce that account value by the 7371 that's coming out from an income perspective.
Okay.
We will be offsetting that with potential growth. Now, there is any growth that goes into the contract, as you know, is last in, first out. So there could be tax liability based on the overall growth. But because so much of the focus on this product is being an industry leader in the guaranteed lifetime income perspective, you're going to see that the crediting strategies are substantially less than what you get with a product that's really focused more on accumulation. And to that point, Marcus, and I'd be happy, going forward, we can after the presentation, we can run some illustrations that you can get out that show the growth side of things. But this is sort of the point that the producer that I mentioned was brought up on stage that he mentioned. He goes, look, when I sell an income product, what I really want to do is I want to minimize the accumulation that the client has. I want a product that's really not designed to maximize accumulation. And some people, they say, well, I want, the consumer wants a death benefit to pass on. They want to potentially have a legacy to leave. And while I understand that, the agent's focus is, look, this client, if I'm doing this right, the reason we're going into this income product or we're putting a portion of the assets into the income product because we're trying to cover a gap in income need that this client has throughout their retirement days. So if I want to do that, I want them to use the least amount of their assets to get them that income number that they believe they need. And what he does, and I'll end the presentation today with looking at the full picture, but this producer does a lot of split annuity sales. So he'll put a portion of the assets into the personal income annuity, maximizing income, minimizing tax liability to the client. He takes the remaining assets and drops it into an accumulation-based product. So again, there's the potential for higher growth there. There's the potential to pass that asset on as legacy protection or tap into it for additional supplementary income through the free withdrawal feature that's there. So it's an evolved process in terms of the split annuity concept and what it used to be, 10, 15, 20 years ago with a MIGA and an FIA. And instead what this producer is doing is doing a split annuity where, again, portion of the assets go into the income product with minimum upside opportunity, reduced tax liability, maximum income, remaining assets going into the accumulation product to meet that legacy protection that client is looking for. So while he's done that, he's also minimized the fees that the client is experiencing. Marcus, do you feel like I addressed the question sort of in that structure a little bit, or you want to chime in a little bit?
And like I said, after this webinar, I'll get out a copy of the webinar to everybody, and I will also send a generic quote so everyone can see the values as they draw down. So if anyone has any further questions on that, you can certainly give me a call back after the webinar, and I'll certainly address those at that point in time. Thanks, Jake.
Awesome. Thanks, Marcus, and thanks for that question. And I think this is a great pivot to this next product that we're just going to highlight high level, the personal protection choice. This is a product that covers several different components. It covers guaranteed lifetime income. It enhances that income for a client that goes into a nursing home or needs in-home care. It also provides one of the best lump sum death benefits inside of an annuity product. So again, that brings into the idea of what are the risks and concerns. When you think up front, we talked about sort of those four fundamental aspects or risks that are potentially out there for a client. And depending on the ones that are the biggest concerns, we can now build a plan to maximize the benefits and meet the needs that they have. With personal income annuity, we're really focused on a client who's focused on guaranteed lifetime income, who needs this asset to provide the highest amount of guaranteed lifetime income. But you also might have clients that need a competitive income. They need this asset to provide income, but they're not able to afford or qualify products that provide enhanced income for long-term care type stays, critical care needs. But they have a family history of those types of challenges. Again, with the personal protection choice contract, you have that income today, income tomorrow benefit. So that up to 45% bonus with income today, 14% roll up with income tomorrow. Once you elect that time horizon, with this contract, you now have the ability to attach our care protection benefit. This is an issue age-based benefit. So anytime, if you were to issue this contract through age 70, if your client were going to a nursing home, regardless of the age they go into the nursing home, we're going to enhance the income that they're receiving at 250%. If your client were not able to fill 2 of 6 ADLs, needed in-home care, could be from a family member, qualified care practitioner, no restrictions on that front, we're going to enhance the income that they're receiving up at 175%. So let's take a quick example. Let's say your client goes into this product, they elect the income today rider, turn on that rider immediately, and they're receiving $1,000 a month from Nassau. They receive that $1,000 a month for 20 years. At age 85, that client ends up going into a nursing home. Nassau is going to enhance that income that your client is receiving to $2,500. We're going to pay it directly to your client, and we're going to pay it for up to 5 years as long as they continue to qualify, even if the account value is depleted to zero. In that same scenario, let's say your client weren't able to fill 2 of 6 ADLs. They had a family member coming in to take care of them at home. We're going to enhance that $1,000 to $1,750. Again, we're going to pay that enhanced income directly to your client for up to 5 years as long as they continue to qualify, even if the account value is depleted to zero. And I stress that point because as far as I'm aware of, Nassau is the only carrier that will pay this enhanced benefit if the AV equals zero. And why is that important? Think about when the average critical care need arises. It doesn't happen when a client's 60, 65. Right? It's generally happening mid-80s, late 80s, maybe even their 90s based on longevity. So when we think about that question that was just asked with personal income annuity, if I show you an illustration drawing down for the withdrawals, if you've got a client that's been taking income for 15, 20, 25 years, chances are there's very minimal to no value left in the contract. So the average critical care rider out there in the industry today wouldn't pay any enhanced income because the AV is equal to zero. At Nassau, we're going to ensure your client gets that enhanced income for up to 5 years, again, as long as they qualify. And at the end of 5 years, if they're still living, we revert back to that guaranteed lifetime income. In addition to that care protection benefit, you see on the far right-hand side of the screen, we have our family protection rider. This is our lump sum death benefit. What we do is we grow your clients. If the rider is elected, we grow your client's premium at 10% simple through age 70, 5% simple age 71 to 85 for a max of 10 years or until the client turns age 85, whichever comes first. But the great benefit of this rider is that we will pay this lump sum death benefit in a full 100% value to the beneficiary. So they don't have to elect to receive this out over 5 years to get the full value. Now, they can take it out over 5 years, but again, if they want the full lump sum, it's going to be based on that full enhanced value. A lot of great benefit, a lot of great value with the personal protection choice. And if you're still talking for guarantees, and maybe you've got a client looking for a CD replacement type product, we've got that as well. We offer a 4, 5, 6, 7 year MIGA product, offering liquidity anywhere between RMD only all the way up to 10% penalty free. A lot of great different options, again, based on how you're looking at building that guaranteed side of the portfolio. But to quickly recap, again, with personal income annuity, personal protection choice product, and our multi-year guaranteed contract, We can offer accumulation, guaranteed accumulation with the MIGA product, industry-leading guaranteed lifetime income with our Income Today rider up to a 45% benefit-based bonus, or 14% roll-up with our Income Tomorrow rider, as well as nursing care and lump sum death benefits. Now, before we break into the last sales strategy and talk about the great benefits that we have for you, the advisor, in terms of 3 different compensation opportunities, I do quickly want to talk about our accumulation product. We have 2 very strong products on this side of the portfolio. Nassau Bonus Annuity, a product that we issue through the max issue age of 85. With this contract, 10% premium bonus through issue age 80, a very strong 7% premium bonus through issue ages 81 to 85. On the product, again, up to $1 million without prior home office approval, which reduces to $500K for those older issue ages. 10-year surrender charge schedule, 10% penalty free based on the account value as soon as 30 days after issue, so that premium bonus does apply to the liquidity feature. A return of fee feature built in if a client were to elect one of the fee-based strategies. Nassau is never going to penalize a client for trying to maximize their upside opportunity. So at the end of contract duration or at death, if we went through an extended period of flat to down markets, Nassau is going to true it up and make sure your client gets no less than the premium they put into the policy. And on top of that, sizzle point number 1 is obviously that 10% premium bonus through age 80, 7% 81 to 85, but very, very strong crediting strategies. And as Marcus mentioned up front, starting next Tuesday, you will see enhanced crediting rates on the Nassau Bonus Annuity. So stronger crediting rates with this product overall. You can see currently a very strong 1-year S&P cap rate of 9.1%, fixed account of 3.45%. So take a look at that from a sales strategy standpoint. 10% upfront premium bonus, 3.45% fixed rate. You can get 13.45% fixed rate guaranteed in the first year. Compare that to a MIGA that's maybe paying 5% out over 3 or 4 years. You've already got that covered in the first year with Nassau Bonus Annuity. Then after that first contract anniversary, we can keep a portion of the assets into the fixed account and start moving assets over into the FIA strategies based off of the S&P, the NASDAQ, or our vol control index, the Smart Passage Index, to try and even maximize those returns even more. The ability to illustrate each and every one of these strategies so you can get an idea on performance in the best, worst, and most recent 10-year. You can compare the 1- and 2-year reset, the fee-based strategy versus the no fee, and really get comfortable with the different crediting strategies you have inside of that product. The complementary product to the Nassau Bonus Annuity is our Nassau Growth Annuity, a product that up front you're not getting that 10% or 7% premium bonus, but outside of that, design-wise, very structurally the same to what you saw with Nassau Bonus Annuity. The difference is crediting rates are going to be significantly higher with this product because you're not taking that upfront 10% bonus to maybe offset surrender penalties, to help a client who's maybe experienced market losses due to volatility out there in the open markets. Here again, compared to that 9.1% cap you saw with Nassau Bonus Annuity, you've got an 11.25% cap on the 1-year S&P 500, a fixed rate of a very strong 4.4%. So it really gives you the opportunity to determine whether we're looking at a bonus or non-bonus and maximize that upside growth opportunity based on the situation that your client is in. We have a very strong renewal rate integrity process with our accumulation-based products. So whether you're talking Nassau Bonus Annuity, Nassau Growth Annuity, we do on a monthly basis update renewal rates. We publicize them. We're trying to be as transparent as possible because we know when you're sitting down talking about an accumulation-based product, really what you want to do is know that you're not just getting these great industry-leading rates in the first couple of years, but you're working with a company that's going to stand behind these rates. And that's what we're showing you with our renewal rate piece, again, that's published on a monthly basis. So let me show you before we get into the great value add benefits that you have, let's get into a sales strategy that we have that, again, one of a couple advisors I have that are using, and I talked about it a little bit with the personal income annuity. but it's, again, that split annuity concept. It's not taking an all or none approach when you think about one specific product at a time. So what we're saying here, again, 68-year-old client with a $300,000 premium. This client has an income need. They have an income gap and need to cover roughly $15,504 in income starting at age 71. That's sort of the income number that you've sat down with, you've worked with overall from again, covering those medical, housing, food, potential trip opportunities, assets that your client knows that they need. So instead of taking that full $300,000 and dropping it into personal income annuity and really limiting the growth opportunity because we're maximizing that income, what Troy does in these scenarios is he pulls out, first and foremost, $175,000 of that $300,000 deposit. In this scenario, because that client's income need started 24 months after issue, that leads him to the income today rider versus that very strong 14% roll-up that we have with income tomorrow. We capture that full 45% bonus in the first 24 months. And in month 25, we activate income and generate roughly $15,500 in guaranteed annual lifetime income. So we've met or maybe slightly exceeded that income need that the client has. You can see at age 80, we've provided over $155,000 in guaranteed income off of that initial $300,000 you were working with. But then what Troy does is takes that remaining $125,000. And again, instead of dropping this into personal income annuity and providing additional income on that $125,000 that client didn't necessarily believe they needed at the time, he drops it over into Nassau bonus annuity. Gives that client an upfront 10% bonus. So now our $125,000 sits at $137,500 accumulation. You can see we've got a fairly conservative accumulation strategy, 25% into the 1-year cap, 25% into our 1-year vol control index smart passage, and a remaining 50% into our 2-year smart passage index. Now, beginning year 5, what Troy shows in this illustration is we're going to start taking supplementary income. We're going to withdraw 5%. The product allows up to 10%. We've got some flexibility. We can ratchet up, ratchet down based on maybe income needs that you have. We can drop it down to 0 in certain years. But we're just going to take out 5%. And you can see over that 7-year period, we've drawn out over $84,000 in income. So we've added that on top of that great $155,000 that you've already received on a guaranteed basis with personal income annuity. And at end of year 12, at age 80, you have roughly $269,000 in account value that if their client were to pass away, would pass on as a benefit to the beneficiary on the contract. So we've covered that income need. We've met that income with providing almost $240,000 in income through guarantees and the penalty-free withdrawal that you have with bonus annuity. We've also, again, helped meet that legacy concern that client might have had while minimizing that tax liability to the client. Because, again, if that $175,000 that we dropped into personal income annuity, even with that 45% bonus, we've maximized the income with that 45% bonus, but because, again, it doesn't apply to the account value, we've reduced that tax liability as they're never going to be taxed on that benefit. So just a different way to think about maybe positioning products based on the strength of the Nassau portfolio. Now, let me quickly take 5 minutes and talk about the great value-add programs that we have at Nassau. This is our way of thanking you for working with our preferred distribution partner, Insurance Agency Marketing. First and foremost, you've got the opportunity to qualify for our very attainable, very popular year-long agent value-add program, Nassau Elite. Full-year qualification for this program takes $1.75 million in qualifying credits. Every dollar of FIA premium equals 1 credit. Every $3 of MIGA production equals 1 credit. If you're able to achieve that $1.75 million in qualifying credits, you have the opportunity to qualify for 3 great benefits. First benefit, compensation bonus. Your first year qualifying, we're going to pay you a 50 basis point bonus retro to $1 on your entire block of FIA sales. It's a 15 basis point bonus retro to $1 for all MIGA sales. So as long as you hit that 1.75 million qualifying credits, you're getting the benefit of that compensation enhancement. You're also getting a dedicated new business and post-service case manager inside of Nassau. One specific person who will be issuing and working your business on the new business side of things. Somebody that you can build a relationship with, have a back and forth with, and know that they have your best interest in getting that business through the system. As well as post-service, if you're somebody that's activating that lifetime income rider, if there's any issues or challenges, you have one specific person on top of the great team at Insurance Agency Marketing, as well as myself, that you can reach out to. So compensation bonus, enhanced service with dedicated new business post-service case managers, that's built into that, hitting that 1.75 million. On top of that, if you're one of our top 50 qualifiers for Nassau Elite, you and a guest will join us at our Nassau Elite Retreat. For 2023 production, we will be going to the Viceroy in Los Cabos, Mexico, I believe in March of 2024. So 3 great value adds, and then you can see in the blue box on the bottom half of the screen, every consecutive year you qualify thereafter, we're enhancing that compensation bonus up to 75 basis points on the FIA and 25 basis points on the MIGA side of things. For those of you new to Nassau, maybe you saw that great 14% roll-up with the Income Tomorrow rider available with personal income annuity, personal protection choice, but you've never qualified as Nassau Elite. We have a fast-track program for the second half of the year, July 1 through December 31, where you're able to receive the great benefits of the Nassau Elite program for only $1 million in qualifying credits. $1 million of FIA premium is going to get you that 50 basis point bonus retro to $1. It's going to get you that dedicated new business and post-service case manager. On top of that, it's fast-tracked you into that consecutive year qualifying, which means in 2024, you're going to have the opportunity to qualify for that 75 basis point bonus on FIA, 25 on MIGA, while, again, achieving Elite for as little as that $1 million. I mentioned Los Cabos Viceroy. I will tell you our number 50 qualifier this year is trending at about 2.6, 2.7 million. So again, still very overall attainable in terms of overall value compared to other programs that I've seen out there. Last but not least, from a value add perspective, if you are new to Nassau, we also have a new agent bonus commission, producer bonus. For as little as 3 FIA apps and $300K in production, we're going to pay you a $1,000 bonus. If you're able to achieve 5 apps plus $500,000 in FIA production, you're going to get a $2,500 bonus. Also applies to the MIGA side of things, which you can see both 350 or 850. So let's put it all together. For working with Nassau through Insurance Agency Marketing, if you sell that Nassau bonus annuity, $1 million in FIA premium, you're going to get a 7.25% street level comp or $72,500. If you're writing our EAP, as Marcus mentioned, you're going to get an additional 10 basis points on all sales, which is built into the producer compensation. You're going to have achieved that fast track into Nassau Elite, so you receive an additional 50 basis point bonus on that entire $1 million of sales, which also qualifies you for that $2,500 new producer bonus. You now have given that client that great, strong 10% premium bonus, some top rates in terms of the overall product, and enhance your commission by almost a full % by taking advantage of the great value add programs, again, working with Nassau through Insurance Agency Marketing. And again, very, very strong competitive compensation on the rest of the portfolio. You see all 10-year products are built the same, giving you that same upside opportunity. So I know we've covered a ton. I'm sure I spoke faster than I would have liked of, but a ton of stuff to cover in a short period of time. At the end of the day, what I'd really like you to take away, when you think about the 4 core areas of putting together a fundamental retirement plan, what are the areas that are really going to keep a consumer up at night? What we've tried to do at Nassau is build a product to maximize benefit in every one of those areas. So you can really hone in based on the biggest risks or concerns that client might have, a product that's going to maximize or benefit those assets. And through a split annuity strategy, you're going to have the opportunity to really maybe touch multiple areas and maximizing dollars in multiple spaces. So with that said, Marcus, again, I as you mentioned up front, I can't thank you enough for the partnership. It's amazing to see the growth that we've had over the last 3-4 years. Really excited about everything that we've got going on with our partnership together. Unbelievable resource team that you and the entire staff has. I'll kick it back to you to close things up and maybe answer any Q&As that might be out there.
I appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and launch a poll. If you'd like some more information on the growth annuity or NASA as a whole, please indicate that. Let us know that. We'd be more than happy to get you more information out on NASA or the growth annuity. You want to touch on the growth annuity as a whole? I know that we've talked in the past about taking an income rider or not taking an income rider with the older ages and the benefits thereof. Do you want to touch on that real quick? The free withdrawal?
Yeah, so I mean, to your point, we spent a little bit more time with bonus annuity, which is giving you that 10% or 7% upfront bonus. What growth annuity really does is I like to say, I hone in growth annuity more towards new money. What do I mean by new money? Money that's sitting in a checking account, an inheritance, something that the client doesn't necessarily need that bonus or little push, if you will, to make that transition into the benefits of what an FIA product does. So with growth annuity, you're foregoing that upfront bonus, but you're getting substantially higher crediting rates compared to what the bonus annuity. So we're really focused on maximizing the upside opportunity while protecting that client against downside risk. And the other nice part about that contract, a couple different durations, right? A 7-year that has a very strong 6.5 street level comp, or a 10-year product, which is going to give you that 7.25 and slightly higher rates that you're getting. But with that, to your point, Marcus, with that 10-year product, we also do offer a couple different liquidity options. First and foremost, your client's going to have access to 10% penalty free as soon as 30 days after issue. That's built into every product. But we've got a couple optional income riders. So again, we talked about that as split annuity concept. What about attaching a low cost rider, 25 basis points? What that 25 basis points is going to add to that contract is a benefit base that grows at 150% of index credits. So it gives you sort of that ancillary protection from an income perspective. Again, we're going to cover up front on the guaranteed side of things with that income tomorrow 14% roll up or 45% bonus, but now we're giving that client some additional protection from a guaranteed income perspective that they can never outlive, while giving, again, much higher upside accumulation opportunity.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what I would ask everyone to do is think about clients that can leverage the solutions that we talked about today. What I'll be doing is reaching out to each one of you, see what I can do to help you out with each one of your unique situations with any client meetings you have coming up here in the next week or so. So I can put together maybe a comparison quote for you, either on the personal income annuity, the growth annuity, or possibly the personal protection choice, depending on states. I do not see any additional questions out here. So Jake, I do appreciate the time and the partnership. It's always been a great partnership over the years. I do appreciate everyone taking time this morning. Like I said previous, if you did get pulled away from the webinar today, let me know that, and I'll be more than happy to get you out a copy of the webinar so you can listen to it at your own convenience. Again, my name is Marcus Solar. I'm one of the annuity directors. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Thank you.